Have you ever wondered why the news plays the same 5 stories again and again? Let me give you a little hint. Brainwashing and repetition is the most basic form of brainwashing. Join me as we look at the news cycle and talk about why the mainstream media is so gutless and afraid to report the truth. All right, welcome to Troubled Minds News. What's up, guys? Happy Friday. We made it one more week. And, the news. You know the news. It's hot and heavy, isn't it? It's the fear porn is on the way, and here we go. Billions dead or some of this other business. I don't know. I'm not even trying to look at that stuff anymore. It pisses me off a lot. But if you're new to this is Troubled Minds News, and this show is basically the news where the news is the conspiracy. And what that means, of course, is that we can't trust anything coming out of the news cycle anymore because it's all propaganda all the time. And unfortunately, here we are trying to figure out what the hell's really going on in this crazy world, and I don't know what to tell you. The more they just keep laying it on heavy and thick with all the BS, I just don't know what to say. It gets to that point, right, where you're just like exhausted, exasperated with what's happening and all the garbage they're trying to show you. But anyway, so this show actually spawned off of another show called Troubled Minds Radio, and in that show we do conspiracy, paranormal, and aliens, of course, and talk about all kinds of other stuff. We'll work in the Fourth Amendment from time to time and talk about freedom here and there. Freedom, which nobody even knows how to define anymore, because I think there's a concerted effort to kind of make it so we can't make it so nobody knows actually how to define it, because once you do that, then you don't mind when you give it up because you don't know what you're losing, right? So there's that, and there's all this other BS, and that's what we're doing. That's what the show's really about, talking about all that stuff and whatever else is in the news cycle. So that's what's going on, and sorry I'm late getting going, but always something happening. Almost canceled it again. I'm just like, screw it, let's just do it. Anyway, let's go. Let's do it. So, all right. So, as always, this show is live. We do this show live. And if you want to be part of the show, we have the phone number to call at 702-957-1037. Phone line is up. You can also join the show at troubledminds.org by clicking the Discord link. What's up, guys? I see you in the chat there. How is everybody? What's going on? Let's do this. Let's get to the news, shall we? Let's get to the news. All right, let's go to CNN.com. Yeah, the most trusted source in news. Yeah, sure it is. All right, anyway, calls for violence online is similar to before January 6th Capitol attack, DHS Intel chief says. Right? DHS, Department of Homeland Security. So I guess, this is where we're at. As always, right, if you voted for the wrong guy, you're still a terrorist, and they're still going to continue talking about this stuff. And good job, CNN. Your CNN politics is just spot on. Here you go, straight from the article. Online extremist rhetoric is strikingly similar to the build-up to the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol, with increasing calls for violence linked to conspiracy theories and false narratives, Homeland Security Intelligence Chief John Cohen said in an interview with CNN. Weird. There have been online comments such as, quote, "The system is broken," quote, "take action into their own hands," and, quote, "bring out the gallows," Cohen said, offering as paraphrases of what has been observed. All right, now, let's be real for just a second. Let's be real for just a second here, all right? Now, the system is broken right there, is that or is that not the truth? Is that or is that not the truth? Literally, you don't have to look far into any system to find that it's broken. And you know why it's broken? Because the government interference, that's why. Right? Because they won't leave things alone. They let criminals get away with shit by dodging taxes while they slam it down our throats. Everything's broken. Everything's broken. Why do billionaires not pay any taxes and then me, I work like crazy. And I get taxed like I'm a criminal. It's insane. It's insane. And this is the type of stuff. This system is broken. So why is that extremist rhetoric? Can anybody tell me? Anybody tell me that? Anybody know the answer to that question? Yeah, the system is broken. Yeah. All right, that surely sounds violent, doesn't it? Remember the headline, calls for violence online, similar to before January 6th Capitol attack, says the Department of Homeland Security head, right? So is the system is broken. Is that a call for violence? What do you think? There you go. Matt, what's up, Matt? Has it right. The system isn't broken. It's working how they want it, right? Working as intended. Yeah, exactly. Here we go. Here's another one. Quote, take action into their own hands. All right. Is that violence? You think that's a call for violence? I don't know. Maybe that could be anything. That could be all kinds of things. Yeah, I could see how you could maybe think that seems like violence, but unless you have actual evidence to suggest the person who said that is planning some sort of violent attack, that is not a violent statement. I'm sorry. Then this last one, bring out the gallows. Okay, fine. That's pretty spicy hot, right? That's pretty spicy hot. And when have any of you guys ever heard me say something like that? I don't, because it's not productive. It's not healthy. This isn't the type of stuff we should be doing. But yeah, fine, right? You get knuckleheads saying knucklehead things, and that's the way it goes. Matter of fact, well, no, I'm not gonna. I don't know. Should I bring it up? The thing is, right? Like, there's so much stuff, and all people want to do is blame somebody else, something else. They always want to, nobody wants to take responsibility for their own shit. They want to blame everybody else, right? Talking about these news cycles, talking about the way these systems are. And that's my point, is that, yeah, the systems are broken. The system is broken. Like, hey, go to the doctor. Like, ask how much it's going to cost to get an x-ray. Just something simple. Go ask. Literally, go into a hospital and ask them, how much will it cost me to get an x-ray? My knee hurts, right? Go ask. You know what they're going to tell you? They don't know. They don't know. Tell me that system isn't broken. They don't know. How the hell do you offer a service, for crying out loud, and you don't know how much it costs? Well, the answer is it depends. Well, it depends. Are you insured? What kind of insurance do you have? Are you paying cash? Are you broke and don't have insurance? There are programs for that, right? It depends. It always depends. And if you tell me that system isn't broken, well, I don't know what to tell you. That's broken as hell. And that's just one example. Functioning as intended, right? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so back to the article here. Calls for violence online similar to before January 6th Capitol attack. Again, this is partisan garbage, and they're trying to malign people who disagree with them politically. That's all this is. You really mean to tell me that there's going to be an insurrection? Yeah, maybe, right? Let's see. All right, so here we go. It continues. While the conspiracy theories vary, there has been an ongoing narrative focused on the false premise that the presidential election was illegitimate, Cohen said. That narrative is paired with an increase in calls for violence to rectify the situation. Weird. I thought we weren't allowed to talk about that. Right? So they can bring it up because they're trying to make bad guys out of the situation. But if I bring it up and say, hey, do you think that was real? Then, well, I'm one of the bad guys, you see? You see how this works? It's not a two-way street here. The communication, the free speech, as it were, is not a two-way street. And unless you have direct calls for violence and actual actions backing that up where people are stockpiling guns and planning to do something like that Gretchen Whitmer thing. You guys remember that? We did a whole show on that. But again, the FBI was meddling in that too. Egging that on, stoking the fire, collecting weapons, picking targets. This is ridiculous. The world we live in is absolutely insane. All right, here we go. But see, because I say that, because I notice these things, because I watch the news cycles like a hawk, that makes me the asshole, right? I'm the asshole because I notice the plot holes. When have I ever called for violence? As a matter of fact, I have denounced violence at every step of the way throughout this show and the other show for as long as we've done it, because it's important. It's important to note that we don't change things by picking up guns and shooting people. Do you understand that? It's a very important concept because it doesn't change anything. All it does is end up with a bunch more people dead. And guess what? The system will persist. Shooting people's no good, guys. Don't do it. Don't do it. But anyway, point being, this is the thing, right? Again, I have to say it because my detractors will drag it out and say, we knew it, Michael Strange was a terrorist. He's saying... No, I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying violence is not good. Don't do it. That's what I'm saying. All right, anyway, so here we go. So his comments came days after the Department of Homeland Security warned state and local authorities about an increase in calls for violence online tied to election-related conspiracy theories. Quote, it's very similar to the stuff we saw prior to January 6th. Cohen, the DHS Office of Intelligence and Analysis senior official performing the duties of the undersecretary, said, holy crap. Look at the damn... Look. Here you go. That's how long this dude's title is, right? Like, this is what I'm saying. Surely the system is not broken when this guy's title is like a paragraph, right? Yeah, surely that's a normal thing now. It's just more and more stupid. Anyway, several swirling conspiracy theories point to a process that will change the results of the election. Quote, concern from a law enforcement perspective is at a certain point in time, all of the conspiracy theories that point to a change occurring through process are going to sort of wear out. And the question is going to be, are people going to try to resort to violence or in furtherance of that false narrative, Cohen said. Okay. Like I said, this is just more propaganda, political smear. Seriously, yeah. Really, there was an insurrection already. It happened. Okay, all right. Whatever you say, boss. That was an insurrection, was it? Sure, surely. Yeah. That's the CNN term for it. Fine, you can call it an insurrection if you want, but I completely disagree. All right. Here we go. Let's continue anyway. So point being, right, it's just more political smear jobs. It's garbage. And you get people inside the Homeland Security, the head of it even, rolling this stuff out like he's some kind of Don Lemon partisan hack, right? Not like he works for the government and is remaining neutral here. He's literally saying stuff that's like, come on. Yeah. Okay. All right, Bill. Whatever you say, Bill. What's up, Bill? All right, so here we go. We got the Hill. Report, Durham exploring charges against low-level FBI officials and tipsters. And here we go, right? So, as usual, this is the way it goes. Special counsel... I'm going to skip this one. I don't care. It pisses me off. We're going to skip it. Here we go. All right, whatever you say, Bill. Got it. Got you in the chat. So that type of language, by the way, is not helpful, right? Calling people traitors, calling people those things, calling people that, doing that. That's the whole point of this. That's the whole point of why I do this. You got to point out that your neighbor is not a traitor. I'm sorry. That's not the way this works. That's not the way this works. But, if you want to stick to that rhetoric and believe what they tell you, fine. Go right ahead. Here we go. theage.com.au. Literature's dystopian future is closer than you think. This is from Robert. What's up, if Robert's out there? There you go. Okay. So, all right. This piece, let's see. Here we go. All right. So what springs to your mind if I ask you to conjure a dystopian vision of the future? Not necessarily, quote, post-apocalyptic, though ecological disaster could be a part of it. I mean dystopia, as in the opposite of utopia. It is ruin. Injustice is the norm. The powerful are tyrants. There is suffering everywhere. At the root of all is a single diabolical thread, inequality taken to the extreme. All right, yep. The two most famous English dystopian novels, Aldous Huxley's Brave New World and George Orwell's 1984, battle like Kong and Godzilla in classrooms and in popular imagination. Both offer nightmarish visions of societies permanently stratified. It is the blueprint for most of our collective fears about the future going in the wrong direction. In more recent young adult hit series, The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins and Divergent by Veronica Roth, people are divided by districts or sorted according to aptitudes. In The Parable of the Sower, the award-winning 1993 speculative fiction classic by Octavia E. Butler, we meet our protagonist in the year 2024. Yep, let the closeness of that sink in. When society is crumbling into chaos as extreme wealth inequality and corporate greed reach their zenith. By the year 2027, indentured servitude has returned to America, eviscerating the farce that collectively humankind can only progress rather than regress. Yeah. Well, all these fictional versions of the future are inspired by real events of the past. War, genocide, colonization, and slavery are all here and shared in our shared history. Yep, straight from the article here. And we consume these dystopian stories as entertainment, the suspension of disbelief coming so easily to us because we know that governments and neighbors are capable of such horrors. In writing The Handmaid's Tale, Margaret Atwood said she would not put any events into the book that had not already happened. No imaginary laws, no imaginary atrocities. And I think this is a good point here. With this goes on, and this is a fantastic article. Again, thank you, Robert, for sharing. But this is we don't have to even look that far anymore to write dystopian novels because it is here. Like you can find, just like I said, in the systems and the way that went down. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah. All right. If you actually did that stuff, if you actually are a writer or kind of think to the future, you don't even have to think too far. Like all that Black Mirror stuff that was just several years ago, a lot of that stuff's coming true already. You know, some of it's way out there, maybe 100 years in the future type stuff, but very soon, like most of that stuff will already be here. Some of that social credit score stuff. There's a terrifying corollary to dystopian fiction and reality now. And the faster we get into the technology as this continues and moves on, well, the crazier the world becomes, doesn't it? You just have to look at the two and say, well, okay, let's write a book about today, and there's your dystopian novel. But it's that's the way the world works, and that's what's going on. So yeah, if you guys disagree with me, you agree with me, you want to talk about any of this, give me a call. We do this as a open line, an open source, and whatever else. You want to give me a call, 702-957-1037. You can join the Discord at troubledminds.org, and that's that. We do it that way because we love to include you and as part of the conversation here. But as we do that, let's get a word from our sponsor, which of course is you. Here we go.
Are you digging the show? If so, you can support us quite easily and at no additional cost to you if you already have an Amazon Prime account. Since we stream on Twitch every day, all you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and they give you free games on a monthly basis for your personal use, and also a bonus $5 a month to send to your favorite streamer as a way to bring more people to Twitch. And all you have to do is sync up the two accounts and click subscribe. Thanks for considering us.
All right, there we go. Easy as that. All right, let's keep on trucking with the news, shall we? There's more here. There's always more here, but yeah. So there's your dystopian future. It's now. It's happening now. You don't have to look any further than what's going down in China and how the world is basically trying to follow that model of government because it's the most efficient, is it not? It's more efficient to just chop out freedom and that pesky due process and things like that because it's just red tape. It's bureaucracy that gets in the way of things. Gets in the way of progress. Just get rid of that garbage stuff. We don't need that. We just need what the state wants and what the state gets as fast as possible. That's it. That's where we're going. That's where we're headed. Congratulations. Usher in your dystopian future with social credit scores and ratting on each other and, calling each other traitors. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll definitely be part of it and continue this the way this goes. So just one man's opinion. Like I said, if you disagree with me, you know what to do. I got a phone number and we can talk about it. Let's go to the Washington Post. This is exactly the way we go. Chris Cuomo. Everybody following the Cuomo garbage, the Cuomo stuff. This guy is what is he? He's a talking head on CNN, and his brother was the governor of New York, and he is what is he? Well, his brother is now run off on a rail in New York State, because, well, he had all kinds of problems. Oddly enough, if you guys rewind like a year ago, they were pushing Andrew Cuomo as the next presidential candidate for the Republican side, right? Or it's the Democrat side. I'm sorry. Sorry, I get them confused because, well, they're the same thing. But point being that they ran off the New York governor on a rail. Finally, he resigned after just years of like grotesque misconduct and poor decisions and poor government and everything, right? Like, this guy broke all the rules, and in that New York fashion, the New York get to the top of the place fashion, right? You got to be a crook to be a politician in New York or anywhere for that matter. But this guy's brother is just, anyway, he's out, he's gone. But now there's been calls for this dude, his brother, to be taken off of CNN because during the top of the pandemic there, he had his brother on CNN almost nightly. You guys remember this? Where they get it on and they'd yuck it up, the two brothers, and they're going blah blah blah, and then that's that. It's they're like, oh yeah, hey, we're doing all this stuff, right? And it was like in the midst of that his brother running off the old people to the old folks' homes so they could all get COVID and die, that whole bit, and they're just yucking it up, kind of having a whatever you call it, like a bro fest, like everything's cool, right? Like we're gonna hype it up anyway. So point being, they're trying to run this guy off, and he actually had his second vacation in just a short term here in the last week or so, and they're trying to make him leave. So here we go. Chris Cuomo was about to return from vacation to CNN and to an uncomfortable spotlight, and he always said that he wouldn't cover his brother because he thought it was unethical. And then at the height of the pandemic there, he was bringing in, the height of last year's pandemic, let's say, he brought in his bro to be on the show like every night as they yucked it up and talked about how great a governor he was. So anyway, so we'll see what happens with this guy. He's a little too high strung for me, but he's also a lying propagandist, and he also works for CNN. So there's like three major strikes, but what can you do? So we'll see if he makes it. There's a lot of pressure now to get rid of this dude too, and I don't know. Doesn't matter though, because if they fire this fool, they'll just roll some other fool in that's going to say the same lies they want, right? Yeah. Let's see. Okay. All right. Call me, man. Bill, if you disagree with me, call me, buddy. Let's go. Let's see. How about this? All right. This is this. Let's see. Hold on. Let me think. What's going on here? All right. So CIA weighs creating special China unit in bid to outspy Beijing. There we go. And that's it. This is exactly what's happening, right? We need to just outspy each other. That's the state of the world now. The Central Intelligence Agency is weighing proposals to create an independent mission center for China in an escalation of its efforts to gain greater insight into the U.S.'s top strategic rival, according to people familiar with the deliberations. The proposal, part of a broader view of the agency's China capabilities by CIA Director William Burns, would elevate the focus on China within the agency, where China has long been part of a broader mission center for East Asia and Pacific. Mission centers are standalone entities that utilize resources from across the CIA in line with agency priorities. In the intelligence bureaucracy, a separate China center would make it easier to secure headcount, funding, and high-level attention for China-related activities, according to three current and former officials who spoke about the internal deliberations on condition of anonymity. Existing mission centers include those for counterintelligence, counterterrorism, and the Near East. As Director Burns has said, China is one of his priorities, and the CIA is in the process of determining how best to position ourselves to reflect the significance of this priority, the CIA said in a statement. One former CIA officer who asked not to be identified discussing his former employer said that many in the agency have long seen a need to create a separate China center, but at least until now, nobody was willing to pull the trigger to make it happen, the person said. There we go. We need all these, right? We need standalone services, sub-services, and sub-services for every country in the world now, right? Yeah. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Bill? Call me, man. Call me. Hold on. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood, man. I'm not in the mood. If you like me, that's fine and all, and you think everything's politically slanted, call me. What am I doing here? Who did I tell you to vote for? All right. So anyway, CIA ways creating this, this good stuff. Not in the mood, man. Not in the mood. I have a phone line up, so if you want to talk shit in the chat, call me. All right. You want to talk shit in the chat? Call me. Like I said, I'm not in the mood today. I've had a kind of a crappy week and etc. And I'm allowed to. I'm human. But you tell me if you want to talk about it. I have an open line, and there we go. That's okay. I like you too, but that's why I have a phone line. Chat can be very right. You could be saying all the things you're saying with a smile, or you could be a troll. I don't know until you call me. 702-957-1037, troubledminds.org. Join the Discord. There you go. Simple as that. Simple thing. All right. Here you go. This is from Psychology Today, and this is what we talk about on the other Troubled Mind show quite a bit. I'm good. I'm totally good. I just, I don't know. So there you go. Just again, if we got criticism, and that's the whole point, right? So if you have criticism of my show and the things that I say, literally, there's two ways to get hold of me right now in this moment. One of them is absolutely free if you don't have a phone. If you have an internet connection, you can join the Discord, you can get in here and you can talk to me. So that's the thing, right? So if the whole point is you try and call Don Lemon or Sean Hannity or whoever and tell them they're full of shit, I'm not that guy. I'll take it. Call me and tell me if you think I'm whatever you think I am. I'll take whatever you have to say, and it's okay. And the thing is, too, I'm a little chippy today just because it's been that sort of week. But the way things go is after it's all said and done, if you call me, we'll still get along afterward. Like that's how I roll. It's okay. Like I can take criticism, but why in the chat? Call me. 702-957-1037. Psychology Today. Dreams are more real than anyone thought. Waking reality and dreams are different versions of the same thing. Interesting. So this is we talk about dreams quite a bit on the Troubled Mind show, and it's good stuff. This is right, like dreams are a connection to our reality, and we talk about how that maybe fits sometimes or maybe does not. Some people can lucid dream and whatever other things here, but some of the key points from this article, pretty good stuff. This just came out today. Commonalities between dreams and everyday life provide clues as to how our consciousness operates. During dreams, we experience an awesome occurrence, the ability of the mind to turn pure information into a dynamic, multi-dimensional reality. During dreams and waking hours, we actually create space and time, not just operate within it like a character in a video game, which is pretty cool. Sort of like we've talked about in the past on some of our dream shows that we've done, where we create our own world, and sort of that conversation is, well, are we creating our own world, or are we traveling to possibly a place that actually exists somewhere? So there we go. All right. So anyway, point being that this dreams are a good thing. Dreams are one of those things that help us reset our brain. Dreams are one of those things that are kind of parallel to the waking reality of just our everyday life, and pretty good stuff. I like the talk of dreams and how this works, and we'll probably get back to that one of these days soon on Troubled Minds, because why not? People seem to love when we do the shows about dreams, because everybody has dreams and everybody can relate to at some point. So there you go. All right, so there's more here. This is interesting. This is from the New York Post, and again, another most trusted source in journalism. Wink, wink. All these guys are just top of the bar here, right, with their journalism. But anyway, in this one, U.S. astronaut moon landing not feasible by 2024, says NASA Inspector General. Well, that's a shame because, well, isn't that what? So moon landing, they're talking about. Think about this. They're like, well, we can't get back to the moon by 2024 because that's a tight window. All the while, Elon Musk is like, 2024 Mars, see you there. Come on. Like, what's going on with all the rest of this? NASA's target of landing humans on the moon by 2024 as part of its Artemis program is, quote, not feasible, according to a report from the agency's Office of Inspector General, the OIG, released earlier this week. The office said that NASA faces significant challenges in producing two flight-ready exploration extravehicular mobility unit, the XEMU spacesuits, within that time frame. So, check that out. They're having significant challenges producing two spacesuits by 2024, right? Think about that. The report noted that NASA's schedule bumped into a 20-month delay in delivery for the design, verification, testing suit, two qualification suits, an ISS demo suit, and two lunar flight suits. The delays, which the office attributes to technical difficulties, the impact of the coronavirus pandemic, and funding shortfalls, have not left any margin for delivery of the flight-ready XEMUs, it noted. After spending more than $1 billion on development and assembly, the office said the suits would not be ready for flight until April 2025 at the earliest, given integration requirements. So, quote, given these anticipated delays in spacesuit development, a lunar landing in late 2024 as NASA currently plans is not feasible, the report continued. That said, NASA's inability to complete development of XEMUs for a 2024 moon landing is by no means the only factor impacting the viability of the agency's current return to the moon timetable. It seems to me that if you're literally seriously trying to get back to the moon and spacesuits are your excuse, well, there's probably greater things going on here. Like they said, that's not the only problem. There are other problems. So anyway, but funny how this one kind of comes out. But yeah, I don't know. This is weird stuff, right? So think about this again. We had spacesuits in the 60s, and somehow we can't replicate that in a new way now, easily and quickly. I mean, clearly you would expect an upgraded spacesuit from the 60s, right? From the 60s. But, not so much. Like I said, sometimes, clearly, I know, like, these things are complicated. You don't simply snap your fingers and go to the moon, Michael Strange. I know this. But what I'm telling you is, if we did it in the 60s, why do we have such a damn problem doing it these days? It seems like things would be way easier after you'd done it once, right? It seems like it. It just surely seems like it. So yeah. So there we go. What do we got? Let's see. Well, suits are needed for training. Blah blah. Okay. Anyway, there we go. As you guys know, we're going to take a quick break at the bottom of the hour, like we always do, at about 30-ish minutes, which is about where we're at. So if you're listening live, you're in for a treat, because these breaks go by before you know it. You're listening to Troubled Minds News. I'm Michael Strange. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right. Welcome back to Troubled Minds News. Let's keep on going with the news, shall we? We're taking your phone calls. If you want to be part of the show, you can give me a call at 702-957-1037. You can also join the Discord at troubledminds.org and just hop in the caller queue there, and we'll put you on the show. It's as easy as that. Like I said, no less than 2 ways to reach me at any time when I'm doing the show. And I'd love to hear what you think. I get it that, people disagree with the news I do, but, well, if you don't like it, you can turn on CNN and the rest of this, right? Go right back to that. But, that's part of this. That's part of the whole deal. So let's go. Let's continue. Let's keep on trucking. This is from theexpress.co.uk, one of my favorite tabloids. Yes, that's right. Alaska volcano eruption warning. why scientists are on alert. Multiple earthquakes, all kinds of stuff. Let's see. What's up? Crazy stuff. Let's see. Got some chat here. Aren't there suits being made by SpaceX now, says Bailey? Does that mean SpaceX is delaying them? I don't know. That's a good question. The NASA spacesuits. What's up? Seb says NASA are also having problems getting the massive 1960s cameras up there too. Right? Right? What's up, Vicky? And Bailey adds, and if the suits can't get to space on time, are they admitting the last ISS trip was fake because they used the suits? Well, that's a good question. Or, right, how come they need different suits to go to the moon than they do to go to the ISS? That's another good question. I don't know. What's up? Robert says, them aliens on the moon told them to stay away. Yeah, right. And we've heard that before too. We've heard that before. All right, let's look at this. So the Alaska Volcano Observatory, the AVO, has issued alerts for multiple volcanoes, and a series of earthquakes have been detected in the region. Yeah, that's right. So they issued the advisory. The AVO said in its last update, quote, numerous small earthquakes were detected 3 to 6 kilometers deep and around 7 kilometers southwest of Korovin Volcano. The AVO said, although the earthquakes suggest increased background seismic activity, it may not necessarily lead to an eruption. But the AVO has issued warnings that eruptions could be possible at other Alaskan volcanoes, which are currently under warning. What's that? That's your ring of fire up there, right? That's up there in Alaska, they got volcanoes for days. And if they all go off, sort of at the same time, we've got big problems, don't we? You want to talk about geoengineering? That's the Earth's way of geoengineering. They just puff the clouds up there and bam, snap ice age. Simple as that, right? Well, I guess we'll find out. But then the global warming goes out the window, doesn't it? But so I don't know. The Great Sitkin volcano was under a watch, volcano alert level, and orange aviation color code after small earthquakes were detected at the site over the last day. So interesting. We'll keep an eye on this and see if any of this develops. If it's just tabloid journalism, there were actually a few different sources for this, but I thought I'd grab the one from the tabloid because it's always funnier the way they word things. Know what I'm saying? They say things, a little bit more. It's actually funny now in these days. You can't even take the tabloids like if I took just the text from the tabloid and not the URL and all the pictures of the booty girls on the right and all this stuff, and I just put just the text of a tabloid versus a regular news source, and you said pick which one is which, you can't even tell the difference anymore. That's how off the rails the news has become. Yeah, right. Yeah. Here's another one too. I don't know if you guys saw this. This is actually the paper, the scientific paper itself, which is a little less fun, but it is a better read if you want to learn what's going on with this actually. But a new carnivorous plant lineage called the Triantha with a unique sticky inflorescence trap. And so they found yet another actual carnivorous plant. Yeah, and so I think that brings to date in the range of 500 carnivorous plants, something like that. So here we go. Since Darwin's groundbreaking monograph in carnivorous plants, scientists have recognized only 11 independent origins of plant carnivory. We report the discovery of a new lineage of carnivorous plants represented by the North American flowering plant Triantha occidentalis. There we go. Big words. Among monocots, Triantha represents the only instance of a sticky trap mechanism and a clearly documented case of holocarnivory, marked by enzymatic secretion consistent with prey digestion. Its trap is unique among carnivorous plants and unexpected based on theory in placing all of its prey capture sites next to its insect-pollinated flowers. Given the existence of Triantha in close proximity to major urban centers on the Pacific coast, our study serves as a vivid reminder that other cryptic carnivores may yet remain to be discovered. And so this was actually a common plant. People knew this existed out there, but they didn't know that this thing was actually eating bugs as well, right? It was had this sticky trap stuff on it that was digesting meat, right? And meat, as it were, insect meat. What's up? There it is. See, Robert wants to know: are you anti-volcano, Mike? Keep your anti-volcano politics out of your shows. 702-957-1037. troubledminds.org and click the Discord link. Yeah, I know you're just trolling me, but point being is that like I'm saying, it's all good. You guys know me. I'm usually pretty well natured, but if you're gonna come in the chat and just say a bunch of BS, call me. Like I said, it's hard to determine intent from just a cold chat, right? I know Robert. I know him. I've talked to him on the phone. I know he's trolling me. Bill, I'm sorry. I don't know who you are. So that's why I got chippy with you. So I apologize for that. But if you want to call, I got the number up, man. There it is. Going to put it up. So there you go. So, and point being, so just to make a greater point about what I said, and I mean it, if you're calling people traitors, well, it's a big word. That's a big word. So that's all. Kind of like calling anybody else, well, dissidents or anything else, right? I know you're just kidding. Like I said, I've talked to Robert on the phone. I know he's pulling my leg, and Bill's probably pulling my leg too, or maybe not. It's fine. Like I said, I'm not. I'm only chippy because I've had no sleep, to be perfectly honest with you. Crazy stuff happened over the night, and I was about to cancel this, like I said, but I'm doing it. So if I'm doing it and I was about to cancel it, I can be a little chippy today. So, like I said, I've got a 3+ year track record of not being very chippy with most people. So I apologize for that, but there you go. So like I said, call me. If you want to keep talking about that, call me. 702-957-1037, troubledminds.org. Click the Discord link, and there we go. All right, this is from thedailybeast.com, and this is amazing. And, of course, the Daily Beast, and, you know, they're kind of assholes in their own right, but they do some good work from time to time. And I think this is funny because, well, Snopes, right, as we know, is one of those fact checkers that is not necessarily on the up and up when it comes to speaking of people that are like political spinsters. Snopes is like that guy, right? But anyway, the Daily Beast says this: Snopes co-founder suspended for writing plagiarized articles. Ouch, that's a shame. The co-founder of the fact-checking site Snopes plagiarized news stories under a fake name, a BuzzFeed News investigation found. David Mickelson, who co-founded the site with his wife in 1999, pulled sentences and even paragraphs from news stories and other websites and published them on Snopes under an alias between 2015 and 2019, an act he said helped drive traffic. Well, no shit. If you're ripping stuff off and putting it up, well, you could write faster than anybody, can't you? Of course it's going to drive traffic. It's amazing, right? In total, 54 articles were published under his name, his alias Jeff Zoranandia? What the hell? And the Snopes byline with plagiarized material. In internal Slack messages, Mickelson said he did this in an effort to turn Snopes into a, quote, platform for traffic-generating junk that people would complain about if it were on classic Snopes. Even as the other staffers disagreed with his approach, a former Snopes writer told BuzzFeed that she didn't comply with Mickelson's order as it did not follow ethical journalistic guidelines. Isn't that cheeky cute? As it did not follow ethical journalistic guidelines. Like they ever gave a shit about that, let's be real. But okay, fine, cool, all greasy good. I'll take it. Well, as long as they say that that's the way they do things. Yeah. There you go. Bailey says, we can't wait to see the fact check on this one. Exactly. They're going to fact check the fact check of their own fact check to say mostly untrue, right? Watch, I'm going to say mostly untrue. I think, though, too, as far as copyright's concerned, I think you can jack a paragraph from the thing, right, as long as you cite the source. Like, you just can't jack the whole article. I think that's the way it works. I think there's kind of like a loose, less than 200 word type situation. I think that's totally legitimate. So, if they're ripping off the entire article, like straight just copy pasting, that's different. But I mean, if you take like the first, couple hundred words, the intro, and then paste it and then write your own little commentary and then again link back to the other article, I think that's okay. I think that's like acceptable. But apparently if the Daily Beast is coming after them, they were doing a little worse than that. But I think it's a little weird too that we're only talking about 54 articles, right? I mean, that's a little bit strange if you ask me, because 54 articles isn't a ton, right? I mean, if they were doing this for years, it says from 2015 to 2019, what's that? That's 4 years and 54 articles. So that's like, what, 16 or 18 articles a year or something. I mean, come on. Like this almost seems like a non-story, but it is funny because they're crapping on Snopes, and well, Snopes deserves to be crapped on. So there you go. All right, let's keep on trucking. Like I said, so sorry to be chippy today, just the way it is, right? I'm human too. Let's go. Let's continue. Space.com. This is the deal with this, because we love space.com. Yep, that's right. Remember we talked about how the Perseverance rover actually drilled into the bedrock, actual rock on Mars, a Mars rock, and they lost a sample. They drilled in, and they were supposed to pick up like some sample of the drill and stuff, and they didn't get anything. And they were like, what the hell happened? Well, now there's a theory. They think they figured out why. Perseverance Mars rover fumbled first sampling attempt because of unique powdery rock. NASA finds, oh, who knew? The rocks on Mars are more like sand and less like rocks, I guess. Here we go. Perseverance launched to the red planet February 18th to search for signs of ancient Mars life and collect and store samples for future study back on Earth. However, when the rover made its first attempt to take a sample of Martian dirt on August 6th, things didn't go exactly as planned in a series of events that Luis Jandura, NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory's chief engineer for sampling and caching, described as a roller coaster of emotions. Oh no! Where's the emoji with the hands on the face? I gotta put my coffee down to do the both hands though. Oh no! Oh, that emoji. Let's do that emoji. Initial signs suggested that the rover had successfully collected and stored a chunk of Martian material in one of its 43 sample tubes. But the morning after the collection, the volume measurement and post-measurement images came in, and mission team members back on Earth determined that the sample tube was actually empty. And so after 2 days of investigating what happened, the team declared that this particular Martian rock was too powdery to be successfully collected. Weird, no? Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Bailey's got it right. This isn't even true. We checked on Snopes. What if the entire article is 200 words? Well, exactly, right? And that's what happens, because if you can do that, right, you put the pictures of the booty girls on the right, and then you have like the 200-word article, and it's filled with AdSense ads all over the place. There's your article. That's journalism today, right? And then you have to write a completely grotesquely misleading headline, and then, barely any details, and bam, there you go. You got clicks. You got ad clicks, and you got booty girls on the right side. How can you go wrong? You know what I'm saying? That what's that website? I think it's the Daily Mail, and like on the right side, all they have is like chicks in their underwear or in bikinis. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, so let's see. The science and engineering teams working on the mission found that they think the uniqueness of this rock at its sampling site is the dominant contributor to the difficulty in extracting a core from it. Jandura said in the statement, the hardware performed as commanded, but the rock did not cooperate this time. Check it out. The rock is not cooperating, guys. The rock on Mars is not cooperating. I think it's time to find a new rock. What do you guys think? What do you think? Yeah, those are separate thoughts, but well, see how I tied them together. Good stuff. See you guys in the chat. All right. Again, if you guys want to be part of the show, 702-957-1037. Still talking about the news. Let's keep on trucking. This is from phys.org, one of my favorites. I talk about phys.org quite a lot. And this is the way we go. Climate change will transform cooling effects of volcanic eruptions, study suggests. And this is what we were talking about a little bit earlier, right? With if that volcano stuff goes nuts up there in the Alaska style, kind of up in that neck of the woods, we have this going on, right? And I think this is part of the problem too with this whole like you guys know me, like, again, I'm not a denier. Clearly there's 8 billion people or whatever on this earth. We're changing the climate for sure, right? In many different ways, probably. But is it like they're telling us? That's where my beef is with the media and how they over-exaggerate tons of shit, climate alarmism. That's what pisses me off. But here's a factor that really doesn't get considered too much, right? Or else, well, I mean, why would we be talking about putting particulates in the sky to block out the sun when actually Earth has a natural thing that does that from time to time? Oddly enough, well, yeah. Climate change will transform cooling effects of volcanic eruption, study suggests. So, of course, as the volcanic eruptions happen, here we go. Researchers have shown that human-caused climate change will have important consequences for how volcanic gases interact with the atmosphere. Here we go. What about the ash in the air blocking out the sun? Does that have anything to do with this? The researchers from the University of Cambridge and the UK Met Office, the UK, those guys, say that large magnitude eruptions will have greater effects as the climate continues to warm. However, the cooling effects in small and medium-sized eruptions could shrink by as much as 75%. Since these smaller eruptions are far more frequent, further research is needed to determine whether the net effect will be additional warming or cooling. Right. So we don't know, do we? Right? Yeah, additional. But again, right, I thought that all of the climate models were so rock solid that we know no way in hell right? Like look at the climate alarmism headlines. I talk about it from time to time on here, right? But I thought there was no way in hell we were wrong about this. And we need to put in the Green New Deal. There you go. There's my politics. I'm just saying, like when you use false pretenses to jam in whatever you want to jam in, like what about this? So we don't know if it will result in net warming or net cooling. And are there not volcanoes all over the world? I'm just saying. Like all the climate stuff is mostly bogus, and it's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. And well, go ahead and get a climatologist on here. I'll talk to him. I'll be like, all right, so what about the things we don't know? And they'll be like, well, we can't really take that into consideration yet because we don't know it. Okay, so then why are we so sure? Right? There you go. All right, what's going on? Let's see. They probably can't even smell what the Rock is cooking. You guys are killing me. You guys are killing. See, there you go. As simple as that. Just make Michael Strange laugh, and I'll chill the fuck out for a minute. All right, here we go. Let's keep on trucking. This is this. Scientists discover how to make glass so hard it can even scratch diamond. What? Come on, really? Yeah, down on an atomic level, glass is a jumbled mess of atoms, which makes it easily prone to distortion and cracking. Now, chemists have discovered how to arrange the atoms within glass in such a way the resulting material can even rival the strength of diamonds. Sweet. Now we have the windows for our flying cars, right, guys? A team of material scientists from Yanshan University in China has discovered the critical proportion of crystallized and amorphous carbon needed to create a glass with remarkable properties that won't weaken under intense pressure. Yes, the mechanical properties of a material often come down to the way its building blocks link together. Diamond's notorious toughness is determined by the 4 bonds of every single one of its carbon atoms makes with its neighbors. Though these bonds make for a solid bridge, they also don't leave any electrons spare to carry a current, effectively making diamond an insulator. Glassy solids don't have repeating patterns, at least on a general scale. Their overall structure is more or less what you get when a liquid's particles all drop in place once the temperature drops low enough. Depending on the constituent ingredients, however, glassy materials can have a surprising degree of structure up close. Their disordered arrangements also allows for a wide range of optical and mechanical properties that makes them better suited for certain technologies. In any case, I'm excited because now there's no reason we shouldn't have the flying cars, right? I mean, now we got the bulletproof window glass that's like diamond, and we'll just make the cars out of that. Surely this is cheap to make, right? Surely. I mean, it's got to be. I know. Don't call me Shirley. I got it. Don't call me Shirley. Let's see. What's up? Robert says they've been spraying silver particulates in the atmosphere to block out the sun for over a decade. Exactly. So what happens now if we have like this big volcanic eruption up there in Alaska, and we get a ton of actual like natural particulates in the sky to block out the sun? We have a major problem, don't we? We don't have a major heating problem. We have a major cooling problem that we've exacerbated because, well, humans and their whatever they do. Let's see. Yep, exactly. What's up, Seb is right. Yep, it's climate change. That's why they changed the term, because global warming wasn't always sufficient, was it? But then climate change, anthropogenic climate change. What's up? Elon Musk said Tesla could have made flying cars, but they weren't practical because they are loud. What's up, Bailey says, yeah, maybe. I mean, give us our flying cars, right? For crying the hell out loud, I want the flying cars. At least now we have our bulletproof diamond glass. That's amazing. But like I said, it's not going to be cheap, is it? It'll never be cheap. That's the problem. All right, here we go. Let's keep on trucking. With more of this. Like I said, if you want to be a part of the show, it's 702-957-1037. And it's okay. I got snappy with Bill there. Sorry, Bill. But if you want to call and you want to talk, I'm willing to talk to whoever wants to talk to me because, well, that's the way I've always done it. And like I said, I've got a track record of mostly being nice. So actually entirely being nice. So except for maybe today. But anyway, so there you go. If you want to be a part of the show, phone line's up, Discord's up, doing our thing, talking about news. Here we go. Here's another one. Here's another weird one, right? What is the myth of the metabolism? What happens to your metabolism as you get older? Anybody know? They say it slows down, right? Well, New Science says, yep, this is from NBCnews.com, metabolism in adulthood does not slow as commonly believed. Study finds. Oh, snap. Now what am I going to blame it on? Shit, maybe it's all this beer I'm drinking. Metabolic rates remain stable all through adult life from age 20 to 60 years. Interesting. So blaming those extra pounds on a slowing metabolism as you age, not so fast. Yep, a new international study counters the common belief that our metabolism inevitably declines during our adult lives. Well, not until we're in our 60s anyway, this study says. Researchers found that metabolism peaks around age 1 when babies burn calories 50% faster than adults and then gradually declines roughly 3% a year until around age 20. From there, metabolism plateaus until about age 60 when it starts to slowly decline again by less than 1% annually, according to findings published Thursday in the journal Science. To tease out the specific impact of age on metabolism, the researchers adjusted for factors such as body size. Bigger bodies burn more calories overall than smaller ones, and fat-free muscle mass, muscles burn more calories than fat. Quote, metabolic rate is really stable all through adult life, 20 to 60 years old, said study author Herman Poncer, an associate professor of evolutionary anthropology at Duke University and the author of Burn, a new book about metabolism. There you go. That's how you title a book. Burn. Baby, burn. Yeah, all right. There we go. There it is. Okay, so let's see. What else do we got? Blah, blah. Anything in here interesting? No, not really. All right, so anyway, just kind of one of those myths, right? But we'll see if these guys are right or if they're not, or if they're just, they're just trying to say, the reason you're fat is it's because you're fat. It's not because of your metabolism. Stop eating drinking the beer, eating the donuts. I don't know. I don't know what they're saying. But anyway, if this is true, well, I mean, I guess it explains why you have some really super fit people in their 50s, right? And 60s. Just saying. All right, anyway.
At Verizon, we are investing
Let's go with this. Here we go. More of this. Now, this is great. Let's politicize this one, too, because why the hell not? Here it is. There you go. Robert's got it right. Dad bods are in. So I'm told. Here we go. All right. This is from thehill.com. Study says new Lambda variant could be vaccine resistant. Oh, shit. Let's see. Mike is usually so nice that there's a new conspiracy evolving right now that he was cloned and someone else is doing this episode to trick us into becoming volcano political. Yes, indeed. Yes, something like that. There you go. How about the new Lambda variant? You guys ready? I wasn't even over the Delta variant yet, and now we're talking about the Lambda variant. Lambda. You guys remember... Revenge of the Nerds? Yeah, Lambda. That's right. A report sequenced samples of the Lambda COVID-19 variant to see if it was resistant to humoral activity. Researchers identified a site at the spike protein's binding receptor that potentially confers immune resistance along the Lambda's spike protein. The study has not been peer-reviewed. All right. The Lambda variant, a COVID-19 mutation first identified in Peru that is quickly popping up worldwide, has been highlighted by governing bodies like the World Health Organization, the WHO again. It's the WHO again. Those guys. So Lambda, the WHO has identified as a variant of interest, but a new study suggests that it may be resistant to some vaccines. You don't say. A pre-printed white paper published in late July focused on the mutation that distinguishes the Lambda variant, denoted as C.37, within its S protein found in the cell's binding receptor. The mutation at this location on the virus is associated with being resistant to immunization efforts. Using data from the Global Initiative and sharing all influenza data database, researchers found 3 mutations within the lambda spike protein that could mean resistance to antibodies induced in humans by vaccines. Our results suggest that the resistance of the lambda variant against antiviral humoral immunity was conferred by the, RSYLTPGD246-253N mutation. There it is. You think I'm fibbing? Nope. That's what it says right there. And there you go. In case you guys want it for posterity, it's now on the screen. And there you go. Now you know. I'm not going to say it again. That mutation that we will not speak of again, along with 2 other mutations identified when synthesizing the COVID-19 sample, specifically resists immunity from antibodies generated by the human body. Awesome! Notably, the study sampled genome sequences from South American countries like Chile, Peru, and Argentina, where the Lambda variant is the dominant strain. Everybody ready? Like I said, I wasn't even over the Delta or the Delta Plus yet, and now we're talking about the Lambda. The Lambda. It's not good. It's not good. That's funny, Bailey. I'm not reading that, because if I read that, they'll take me down from the internet. All right, here we go. ScienceAlert.com. This will round us out. But again, we have time for you guys. So if you guys want to be part of the show, 702-957-1037. I'm in a little better mood now. I'm sorry I spurged out for just a moment. Like I said, I'm human anyway. But I don't know. I think being political, let's be honest here. I think being political is maligning folks politically that may or may not have had a political motive, right? I don't know. I think that's part of it, right? So if we're talking about 60 people or 100 people, that's one thing. But if we're kind of maligning that thing to 75 million people, that's when I have a problem. I have a much bigger problem with that. So anyway, here we go. This is This is more Mars news, and I love the Mars news. This is Curiosity's wandered the same giant crater for 9 years. It may not be what we thought. Yeah, there it is. When exploiting alien worlds, see what I did there? That's the next step. When exploring alien worlds, it's important to know exactly what you're looking at. Yeah, see? I'm jumping the gun. We have to explore it before we exploit it. And there you go. Yeah, there we go. A fresh analysis of rock samples taken from the Gale crater on Mars suggests this ancient grit might not be the lake sediment we thought it was. According to a new study on the chemistry of the crater's sediments, the rocky deposits picked up by the Curiosity rover over the last 9 years or so are more likely the result of airborne particles being blown into the crater before being cemented in place by purely atmospheric conditions. The team behind the new research argues that the chemical element found in the samples, the ones that have survived across billions of years, don't match up with what would be expected from an ancient lake environment. Quote, the key point is that some elements are mobile or or easy to dissolve in water, and some elements are immobile, or in other words, they stay in the rocks, says planetary geologist Joe Mikulski from the University of Hong Kong. Whether an element is mobile or immobile depends on not only the type of element, but also on the properties of the fluid. Now, through a combination of chemical measures, X-ray diffraction, and texture analysis, the team found evidence of a type of erosion that goes against the large lake hypothesis, hinting that most of the sediments were laid down in much drier conditions. Well, there it is. There it is. They thought they were in the lake bed, the dry lake bed on Mars. Well, not so much. Apparently, it's not that at all. So, what can you do? What can you do? There it is. There you go. Now we have a problem. Robert says, we humans will out-mutate all of them viral mutations. I think, well, we'll see. That remains to be seen, doesn't it? I saw some report today. I don't know. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it, right? Like this is the thing. Like the more ridiculous shit that I see on the internet, I'm just like, come on, guys, really? Like at some point, we have to not be just spitting out drivel constantly. Like stuff that's like completely ridiculously unverifiable. like I said, there is a baby in the bathwater when it comes to fake news. And so it's our job as discerning, caring citizens of the world to find out what the baby in the bathwater actually is, instead of just rejecting it entirely and making shit up instead. Right? Like, it's important, guys. It's important. It's why I always have sources, why I always say, look where I found this stuff. Go double check me, follow up. I'm probably wrong a lot of the time, but that's all right, because, well, most of the news is fake. So fake means twisted, slanted, details left out, or exaggerated. It means, right? It means it's based in reality at some point. And so it's our job to find out where that reality is actually happening. So, yeah, there it is. Robert says the crater is where Martians go to poop. And that could be it, right? Exactly right. Bailey says, oh shit, someone in Peru told the computer to add 6 here, and now we have a problem. Yeah. Yeah, right? Yeah. I don't know. This is weird stuff. We'll see. As you know, we'll continue talking about this and thinking about this. See, I don't even have my Troubled Minds news blurb up over there. See, it just says Troubled Minds because I couldn't find my thing. I was a mess today. I'm a mess. I can't, like I'm tired and I got company this weekend and I got to clean up a bunch of shit and I'm just cranky as hell and got some other stuff happening and I'm just cranky as hell. So, again, apologies to Bill if you're still out there. He probably bounced because he's like, fuck this guy, I'm out. And I don't blame him, but that's okay. So deal is this, well, we're going to keep on trucking. We're going to keep talking about this stuff and thinking about this stuff and considering what is actually in the news cycles and what they're trying to tell us, right? What is the overall message coming from the powers that be? It's important. It's an important thing. Otherwise I wouldn't be doing it. And here we are. So again, got another minute or 2 or 3 or 4, or whatever you guys think, if you want to be part of the show. 702-957-1037. There it is. And yep, keep on trucking, keep on thinking, keep on talking. So we will be back on, I think I'm going to try and move, maybe, we'll see. The Monday with the 2 shows is kind of a pain in my ass a little bit. So I'm thinking maybe to move the Monday to the Sunday and then do 6 days a week. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. Like right now, I'm kind of cranky about all of it because I'm just tired. But that's the way it goes, right? Sometimes you just have to suck it up and deal with it. And that's what I'm going to do. So I don't know. Just always considering the schedule and things that are happening and blah, 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 blah. And like I said, I'm human and have other things happening as well. So just to let you guys know, I'll keep you on. If you want the latest on what's happening with Troubled Minds, just join the Discord, troubledminds.org. Click the Discord link right there on top, and you can get the latest information straight from the mouth of, well, straight from the text type of Michael Strange. And you can follow Twitter also, but I use that less because, well, yeah, obvious reasons. Twitter's a little more sketch, but it's all good. Whatever. A little more poofling going on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? All right. What else do we got? Let's see. Tell your company to buy you dinner. Yeah. Right. There you go. Let's see. What's up? Thanks, Bill. Like I said, accept my apology. I didn't mean to get all spurgy on you, but yeah, it's we'll talk about that. Like what the things you said earlier, I think are important to address, and I'll talk about that. If you want to talk about that sometime, you're more than welcome, man. And we'll talk about calling people traitors because I think it's not healthy. I think it's not. That's why I brought it up. When you said it, I was like, come on now. So anyway, just FYI. So what's up, guys? Thanks again. Let's see. What's up, Gibby? I love Troubled Minds and I hate Twitch. Sorry. But you're here. What's up? Let's see. What do we got? There you go. Jay says, what's up? Resub. Thank you. And rest if you must, but don't quit. No, I'm not going to quit. But the thing is, like I said, sometimes shit happens, right? And so I was up most of the night just fretting over things, and right. So it happens. It just happens. So anyway, it's all good. I'm going to keep trucking, and like I said, suck it up, Mike. Quit bitching like a little baby and get to work, and that's what I'm going to do. So as you know, Troubled Minds News goes Monday and Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific for now. If that changes, I'll let you know. If you want to know about the changes, join the Discord, troubledminds.org. Click the Discord link, and that's where you'll find out all the changes first. That's basically the Insiders Club of Troubled Minds, by the way. That's where all the information gets shared. That's where most of the stuff, like you get, if you want access to me, I'm there. I'm active on, anybody here can vouch for me that's in the Discord. I'll answer you. You got questions for me or whatever? For the most part, I'm available. So I just, if it gets too much, I can't answer everything. I just don't have the time. But anyway, if you want all the direct information on what's the insider stuff on Troubled Minds, join the Discord, and that's where you're going to find it. Not only that, there's a huge bonus because there's a lot of smart people in there sharing a lot of smart stuff. So get in there and come say hi. definitely come say hi. Okay, so let's finish this up. Let's wrap it. No calls, no nothing. Everybody's scared because they're like, oh, Mike's in a shitty mood. Mike's in a shitty mood. He's going to come after you. He's going to pull the talk show host where he hangs up on you and then lectures you. Yeah, doesn't let you talk back. Yeah, nah. Nah. I know it's in the bag of tricks, but I don't use it because it's Bush League. Right? If you can't be criticized, you shouldn't be yapping on the internet. That's just the way it is, right? That's just the way it is. So anyway, there you go. There you go, Gibby. I love fired up Mike. Yes, thank you. Let's see. Thanks, Kev. Have a good show. Good night. Thanks. Yeah, have a great weekend, guys. Happy Friday. Quint says you need a backup host for when you need some time off. A guest host. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But then you got to hand the keys of the castle over, and right. And there's a lot of moving parts. So I'd have to teach somebody how to do it all. And oh my God, that's like weeks right there all by itself. So yeah, I think it might be better just play a rerun and get back to it when we get back to it. But you guys know, if I duck out, I don't disappear for too long anyway. It's rare. Like I said, I hadn't missed a Fringe show, a Troubled Mind show in 6 months. That's pretty solid, right? Like Cuomo just took 2 vacations. So you know what I'm saying? And that dude makes millions a year. Right? I took 2 vacations. I don't make any money doing this. So I took 1 vacation in 6 months, and I don't make any money doing this. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I'm not scared is what I'm saying. All right, guys. We're out of here. You guys have a fantastic weekend. And like I said, happy Friday. And if you want to support the show, Patreon, here you go. Is it here? I don't think I added it. Can I do it? No, I don't think I can do it. Let's see. No. All right. I didn't add it to the thing. But anyway, patreon.com/troubled minds if you want to support the show that way. If you want to sub up to this channel, support the show, you can do it with Twitch and Amazon Prime. Like I said, combine the two. It sends me $2.49 for a month when you do that. $2.49. It's literally almost nothing, but it's better than nothing, right? So if you want to do that and you already have Amazon Prime, that's already paid. If you want to support the show and you have time but you don't have money, listen to the podcast feed. There's some ads in there. It's not too ridiculous with the amount of ads, but if you listen to the podcast feed, I get a few cents from that as well. So if you want to help and you don't have money and you appreciate the show, just listen to the podcast a lot, and that will kick me a few more cents, and that's it helps. Like I said, the more of that comes, the more we get a little bit of money, the more I can let's say the less I can fret about other things and just focus on this and only this. So just FYI, that's what's going on. So if you guys really enjoy it, that's how to help and support the show. Thanks again for everybody being here tonight. Today, again, apologies to Bill for jumping down his throat immediately, and everybody else. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here, and you too, Bill. Thanks for being here too. But you get the special extra apology. Let's smash the outro and get the F out of here. If you guys and nobody calling, we're done. Let's do the thing. Here we go. These are the folks who have subbed up to the channel currently, and this list is mostly up to date unless something changed in the last several hours here. But if you, like I said, you want to be on the list and want the thank you at the end of the show, sub up in many of those different ways I said. So let's do it. Let's get the hell out of here. All right, let's go. These are the folks that have subbed up to Twitch. We got AJ Dare, Alien Nichan, Bailey. What's up, Bailey? We got Gibby 21888. What's up, Gibby? We got Dark Devious 40s AM, Ident, J Up, Jay in New York, Large Marge 111, Noble Cal-El, Not the Golf Channel, Quint 67, Rohan, Stinky Carnival, Super Vike, and Satan Claus. And our Patreon supporters: Alien Nichan, Axel Steele, Cole, Dark Devious, Dwayne Dibley, Hell 21, J Up Johnson, Matt Sowell, Penny. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think that's right. I think that is correct. All right. If I missed anybody, mispronounced any names, or was a little too angry today, let me know. Just let me know. You know where to find me. I'm not trying to hide. TroubledMinds.org. Click the Discord link. Follow on Twitter. Do all the things. We'll see you guys. Have a fantastic weekend. Don't let the news cycle get you down. Don't let it get you down. All right. Have a great weekend. Fire and Brimstone Fridays. Maybe. All right, guys. Like I said, if you want to support the show, put on the podcast feed. Play some of those shows. Appreciate it. Have a fantastic one, guys. We'll see you soon.